She dropped her bag and started banging on the gate. "Open this gate." "Hello? Is anybody inside?" Her voice echoed down the quiet street, but the only thing staring back at her was a strange, heavy padlock hanging on her own house. Her hands began to shake. "This is my house, why is this lock different?" She stepped back, confused, then rushed to her shop down the street, her heart pounding harder with every step. But the moment she got there, she froze. The signboard had changed. The name of her shop, gone. A stranger stood behind the counter. "Excuse me," she said, her voice trembling, "where is the owner of this shop?" The man looked at her calmly. "I am the owner." She let out a nervous laugh. "No, you don't understand. This is my shop." The man didn't argue. He simply reached under the counter and brought out some documents. "We bought this shop legally. Everything is complete." She collected the papers with shaky hands. Her name. Her signature. Her eyes widened. "No, this is not possible. I didn't sign this. I never sold my shop." The man shrugged. "Madam, we paid for it. If you have any issue, go and sort it out with the person that sold it." Her legs gave way, and she staggered backward. Just 2 weeks ago, her life was perfect. She had just celebrated 1 year of marriage with her husband. A man she loved. A man she trusted. "Don't worry," she used to tell him, smiling. "We will build everything together." He would smile back. "I will never fail you." She believed him. The house they lived in belonged to her late father. She was his only child. Everything he worked for, he left for her. Before he died, he also left her some money. "Use this wisely," her father had told her. "Build something for yourself." And she did. She opened a shop. Not too big, not too small. But enough to feed her, support her home, and earn her respect. People called her Madam Shop Owner. Every morning, she woke up early. Every night, she closed late. She counted every profit with gratitude. Her husband? He was a cab driver. He didn't have much, but she didn't care. "I believe in you," she told him one evening. "I won't disappoint you," he replied softly. She handed him everything. Her trust. Her documents. Even access to her bank account. Because to her, marriage meant unity. Then one day, she traveled to the village for her uncle's burial. "I'll be back in 2 weeks," she told her husband. "Don't worry," he said. "I'll take care of everything." Those were the last normal words she ever heard from him. Standing there now, in front of a shop that no longer belonged to her, reality began to hit. She ran back to the house again. "Please. Somebody help me," she cried. A neighbor stepped forward slowly. "Madam, didn't your husband tell you?" Her heart skipped. "Tell me what?" The woman hesitated. "He sold the house, about a week ago." Her ears rang. "No, no, that's not true." Another neighbor spoke. "He packed his things and left. We haven't seen him since." Her phone fell from her hand. She picked it up quickly and dialed his number. Switched off. Again. Switched off. Again. Nothing. "No, no, he wouldn't do this to me," she whispered, shaking. But he did. He sold the house. He sold the shop. He cleared her bank account. Everything. And disappeared. Just like that, her life ended. The new owners of the house came out. "Madam, you can't stand here. This property belongs to us now." She looked at them, tears streaming down her face. "Please, this is my father's house. We bought it legally. Please leave." That was how she became homeless. For 2 days, she walked the streets. No food. No water. No place to sleep. On the third day, hunger broke her. She stood by the roadside, weak and tired, stretching out her hand. "Please, help me." Her voice was barely audible. Cars passed. People ignored her. Then suddenly, a familiar voice. "Wait, is that not her?" She looked up. It was one of her former tenants. The woman stared at her, then burst into laughter. "Huh. So this is how life has turned you?" Her friends joined in. "Isn't she the one that used to act like Madam Landlord?" They laughed harder. She lowered her head, tears dropping silently. "Please, even if it's small." "Beggar," one of them cut her off. "Go and work." They walked away, still laughing. That moment broke something inside her. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. She searched for jobs. "I can work as a house help," she begged. "No experience," they replied. "I can do anything." "Sorry, we don't need you." Rejection after rejection. One afternoon, weak and exhausted, she stood by the roadside again. Then a sleek, expensive car pulled up in front of her. The window rolled down slowly. A well-dressed man looked at her carefully. "Why is someone like you begging on the street?" he asked. She swallowed hard. "Please, sir. I just need food." He studied her face. "You don't look like a beggar." "I wasn't," she said quietly. "What happened?" She hesitated, then whispered, "I trusted the wrong person." He paused. "Can you work?" "Yes, sir." "Anything?" "Housemaid?" At this point, anything. He nodded and handed her a piece of paper. "Call this number by the weekend." "Sir, please," she started. But the car was already moving. She stood there, holding the paper tightly. From landlady, to beggar. From owner, to nothing. But maybe, just maybe, this wasn't the end of her story. If you want to see what happens next, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and drop part 2 in the comments. Trust me, the next episode will shock you.